Liz is in total despair over her reputation since compromising photos of her appeared on Dirty.com. Now, this is her version of this. This is what she says. Nik, who runs Dirty.com, says, no, she's not devastated because me. She's devastated because she took the pictures and then they went public. Now, Liz thinks her reputation is ruined forever, but the founder and CEO of Reputation.com, Michael Furtick, says there's good news out there. There are things you can do to repair this, right?
That's right. When I heard your story, and I looked you up on the web, and actually there's a lot of good stuff you got going for you. First of all, you have your own website, which means that you're controlling your Google real estate to some extent, even though some of it is dominated by the story that you're trying to move on past from. Some that's really, your Google real estate's really under your control with your personal website. You tweet a lot. You maintain your fashion and modeling website profiles a lot. And by the way, also, you have a little bit of luck because there are 35 other women in America who share your name. And so when people look you up online, they sometimes see information about them instead. Now, in order to really dominate your reputation on the web, in order to really move on, you have to invest a lot more than you already have in controlling what people see about you on Google. You have to make sure that you build up other profiles on websites like LinkedIn.com. You might want to have your own fan page on Facebook.
I do.
You do. And then promote it. Really make sure you maintain it and promote it, because otherwise the story that you're trying to move past from is still going to maintain its very high and senior position when people look you up on the internet.
So it's a traffic situation, right? If there are alternatives, then this can get pushed down.
So Nik wants to keep this content up on his site and thinks that he has a right to do so. Okay. And Liz wants to move past it on her search engine results.
It keeps getting reposted.
Okay. Well, Nick's got a little option, which is a technical option, which is if he agrees to de-index this page, just de-index, he knows what that means, it stays on his website so his commentators can continue to contribute and have their community, but it's no longer showing up in her search results.
What do you think about that?
I think it's, it's great, but it's my site, and Google is a great form of traffic for me. When someone Googles Liz, I want them to come to my site. My site is very popular. The Dirty.com should be, page rank pretty high, so when they type your name, it should be the top listing. I want that. You know what I mean? You're no different than anyone else now. You're portraying yourself as a celebrity in the pageant world. If people want to gossip and they want to know what's going on, I want them to come to my site.
You hide behind the fact that you didn't author them, you just post them. So you're not responsible for what people say on your site. And people get on your site anonymously, right?
Well, they don't have to, but yeah,
they do.
can.
The law is actually starting to change in favor of people who are victimized on websites. So a few things are starting to show their nose.
How is the law changing?
Well,
the CDA is Section 233. It's not changing.
I wrote a book on the subject, and I went to Harvard Law School. I'm an expert on that topic.
Okay.
Right? Number one, some of the websites, I'm not going to talk about any particular website. Some of the websites, some of the websites. I just want to talk about a particular website.
Okay.
Some of the websites that are in the business of creating scandal and so forth are being seen now by the law as fomenting or participating in that scandal. And by doing so, they may not be covered in the fullness of the legal analysis over time by what Nik correctly refers to as the CDA 230. Number two, some of the operators of the website, again, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, some of the operators of the website, I don't want to, Nik. You're not the only one.
It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Well, you're not the
I've been here before.
You're not the only one.
Because you don't have feelings.
Hang on.
I have no heart.
Obviously, you couldn't do this for a living. You couldn't make all this money off of people's lives if you had feelings.
Well, not just that. Not just that. Some of the operators of these websites are now also sort of encouraging or participating in the commentary. Now, I believe Nik when he says that he takes stuff down. I believe Nik when he says that he curates.
No, he does, and he doesn't. He not just take stuff down. There's a lot of stuff he doesn't put up because it's just it goes beyond the pale. But he does participate in the commentary because he gets on there and he comments back to the people that have posted it up.
Ironically,
so he's right in the middle of it.
So ironically, by doing that, guys like him might expose themselves to legal liability over time. So he's right. The law is pretty strongly in his corner so far. But there have been some indications in different courts around the country that suggest that that may not be true forever.
I think words are very powerful. The words that are said about you are very powerful, right?
It hurts.
They hurt you.
It hurts when you try so hard to do your best and be positive. And
the words that you say to yourself are also very powerful. In fact, I would say they're exponentially more powerful than what others say, because we respond not to the world but our perception of it, what we say to ourselves about it. And one of the first things you said to me was, I lost everything. Okay, now words are powerful. And if you use catastrophic language, then you have catastrophic reactions inside. When you said, I lost everything, that's catastrophic language. You didn't lose everything. You lost one gig. Was it a good one? Yes, it was. Did you work hard for it? Yes, you did. Is it fair that it was taken away from you? I think not. But that's not my decision. But when you tell yourself, I lost everything, and you go home and curl up in the fetal position at your mother's house because you are so defeated, that is not because of what happened. It is because you are using catastrophic language to describe it. I think things happen for a reason. And you have so much that you can use to get back in the game and do things, but you don't give yourself permission to do that. The point is, you have to pull yourself out of this. And I told you where you need to start. And I want you to think about that, and then we're going to talk about it some more, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to talk to another woman in a similar situation. I got some steps I want you both to consider here. All right, I want to add somebody to the conversation. Another former beauty queen. She made headlines when she was accused, not of topless photos, but of scamming thousands of people out of millions of dollars. Think you got problems. We'll be right back.
Being crowned Mrs. Nevada was one of the best days of my life. After I won, I started getting emails from some of the other contestants. You shouldn't be Mrs. Nevada. The life of a beauty queen is not all that it's cracked up to be.
Closed captioning provided by...
Getting kids to start the day with a nutritious breakfast can be a real challenge. So give them Carnation Breakfast Essentials. It's a great way to help give them the balanced nutrition they need to get started right. Carnation Breakfast Essentials. Good nutrition from the start.
Who you rooting for? Celebrate your favorite team and go to partycity.com for your money-saving coupons and free shipping. Or shop over 700 stores nationwide. Party City. Nobody has more football for less.